The Arizona Lacrosse League Division II State Championship game is on the air. It's the 4th-seeded Oro Valley Wolverines, 9-2 by way of record, taking on the number 1-seeded and undefeated Mountain Lions of Mountain Ridge. I'm Jeff Lowry with APM Video Sports. You're getting a look at Garrett Burgess. He finished 9th in the state in scoring, and he'll be at one attack. And their top scorer this year, finishing 6th in the state in scoring, is A.L.L Davis, the outstanding freshman, coming in with 28 points. Justin Farrell will have to step it up here today on defense as Oro Valley going up against Mountain Ridge, a team they lost to 9-1 earlier in the year back on the 8th of April. And the Mountain Ridge Lions, led by the Tavritsky brothers, Jacob Rader, and the leading scorer in the state in Brady Vibrance. And we'll be back with all the exciting play-by-play action. It's the Division II State Championship game as you get a look at sunset here at Camelback Mountain. Join us for a special night on May 15th as the Arizona Lacrosse League presents the 2017 Awards Banquet, May 15th at Foothills Golf Club in Phoenix. 3 new members will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. To sign up for the awards dinner, go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. Well, our game time temperature, 105 degrees. They've got the coolers going here, and as the two teams make their way out to midfield, Mountain Ridge undefeated, led by head coach Lee DePace in his first year, assisted by Jan Tavritsky, John Boggs, and Barry Smith. On the other side, Christopher Jen. He is assisted by former Oro Valley players Austin Smith and Andrew Markowitz, and former Ithaca head coach and assistant for 17 years, John Wallace. The two goalies coming out, Jared Garton, and for the Oro Valley team, Jackson Burgess, there is Garton. The starting lineup for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, Garton at center, as you're watching the Division II State Championship game on APM Video Sports. Rampada, Kelly, and Tavritsky, Tavritsky at defense. Long stick midfielder is Jacob Rader. Vibrance and Carr, the other two midfielders, West, Tyler Tavritsky, and Dylan Price make up the starting lineup here for Mountain Ridge. I'll give you Oro Valley here in a moment. And here's the opening face-off. It's Oro Valley and the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions battling for state supremacy here in Division II. And the opening face-off belongs to the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions and Jacob Rader, who was number 1 on his team this year in 67 ground balls. So we're just underway from Arcadia High School on a very, very warm late afternoon. Game starts at 5:37, and our game time temperature officially 106 degrees. The starting lineup for Oro Valley, who starts out on defense, their leading scorer, A.L.L Davis, a freshman, Garrett Burgess, and Keaton Smith. Midfield is McKierney and Goddard, with the long stick midfielder, Connor Beatty. The defense is Farrell, Del Ponte, and Carlos Martinez. Jackson Burgess is in goal and may have gotten a save that time. No score. First quarter action in this Arizona Lacrosse League Division II State Championship game. Oro Valley got here by defeating a team they lost to on the very first game of the year on the 3rd of March, Desert Mountain, one of the top Division II teams in recent years. They lost that game back on the 3rd of March, 6-5, but they avenged that loss with a semifinal win over the Desert Mountain Wolves, winning 6-3. On the other side, Mountain Ridge got here with a 7-4 victory over Campo Verde. Looking to score first, and they do. I'll tell you what, working without the ball, that's an outstanding job. Vibrance to Dylan Price. And just like that, it is 1-0, 10-18 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. So Dylan Price got a good feed out of X. He found just a seam there in the pipe and took it to the house. Our face-offs are even. Good ground ball there by Drew McKierney, face-off specialist. And he's going to take the shot, and that one's going to be corralled nicely by Jared Garten. 1-0 Mountain Ridge here in the first, and a good clear as Tanner Tavritsky did a nice job in getting it out into transition. And now Mountain Ridge in the all-white with the red lettering will settle in 6-on-6 here, leading it 1-0. Dylan Price scoring about a minute ago. Loose ball corralled nicely by Oro Valley, and the long clear up ahead. Great job. Get it up to, this is number 12, Cole Gherkin, who is in there, one of the senior leaders for Coach Christopher Ginn. This is the second trip for Oro Valley to a Division II state championship. They lost to Notre Dame, who is actually playing Brophy immediately following this game for the Division I championship. Lost to Notre Dame back in 2001. This is a program started by former head coach Tom Carr. He was here from 2008 to 2012. They had a hiatus for a couple of years where they won only one game, but Coach Ginn has done a great job in turning this program around. They are the number 4 seed coming in. And if they can pick up their 10th win of the season, they will be Division II champions. 1-0 Mountain Ridge as they bring it into the offensive half with the state's leading scorer, Brady Vibrance, who had 57 points on the strength of 33 goals and 24 assists. Over to Caleb West, 13 points. Work it up front. Bennett over to the wing. Back to Bennett. Can't come up with that one. The noise you hear in the background, not a whole lot we can do, though. It's those fans to try to keep these players as cool as possible. Edelson over to Dylan Price, who scored the game's only goal at the 10:18 mark here in quarter number 1. Tyler Tavritsky. And a very patient, a long possession here for the Mountain Ridge Lions, who lead it 1-0. Well, the Tavritsky brothers combined for 75 ground balls and 44 points. So these two brothers are just a big part of the success that this Mountain Ridge team, as they try to conclude a perfect season, coming off a 6-4 year last year. Lee DePace, head coach in his first year, and was with the Brophy program for a long time. And this one is going to be broken up. That long possession may have backfired on Mountain Ridge, and what a nice job there by the goalie Jackson Burgess in his senior year. It's loose. Ball on the ground. Edelson trying to pick it up and give his team a 2-goal lead, and he missed the shot. And it's going to be a crease. No, it is not a crease violation. So the possession is going to belong. Well, I thought it was a crease violation. I was correct. So it's Oro Valley, the Wolverines, in the all-dark uniforms, trying to equalize here. The senior Cole Gherkin has that one pried loose, and the ground ball belongs to Jacob Rader. Rader's got to have a great game here. He's the long stick midfielder. Maybe up for Defensive Player of the Year honors, and the pass is high, and Mountain Ridge has turned it over. So give it back to Oro Valley, who trails it 1-0. We're in quarter number 1. I'm Jeff Lowry with APM Video Sports, and we're glad that you could join us. And a reminder to come on out back here at Arcadia next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. We'll have coverage of the Arizona Lacrosse League All-Star Game. We'll be starting at 10 a.m. right here at the home of the Arcadia Titans, right around 44th Street and Indian School. Coming around, drawing the slide that time was Cal Davis. Flag is down. It was Cal Davis, a tremendous season. And so the penalty going against Mountain Ridge.
Sides.
It was a 30-second infraction offsides against Mountain Ridge. And here's the shot to equalize the game. Garrett Burgess. And with 5:43 left to go here in the first, we're tied at 1. So Burgess with a big, strong right-handed shot. And this game has been tied at 1 apiece. Our first tie in the contest. That is the second consecutive face-off win for Oro Valley. So they have a 2-1 advantage in face-off X, and now we'll work it around in the offensive half. Cole Gherkin backing off. The defensive assignment belongs to Kendall Carr, one of the starters. Good pass. Unable to handle it, though, was McKierney. And really a very important ground ball by Willie Kelly of the Mountain Ridge Lions. And that starts them in transition, and that's where they are so good. They will take the shot way out front. It is no good. I believe that was Carr taking the shot, and they were not backing up the shot. So an ill-advised, probably the one thing that Coach DePace didn't want to see there is taking that quick shot, especially with nobody backing up. De-sticked is the goalie. Burgess, ground ball picked up here. Brady Vibrant. And this one is going to be out of play, and possession belonging to the Mountain Lions. Michael Kale is in there. This catches Pipe City. Flag down on the play. That shot was taken from way out top. And let's get the official's call. And we got a 1-minute infraction here. Unnecessary roughness. And so that'll be a 1-minute penalty. And so the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions are a man up here in quarter number 1 of this Division II championship game. And the shot taken by Tyler Tavritsky is going to be corralled nicely by the senior Jackson Burgess. So Burgess preserving a 1-1 tie, and he's going to cheap it all the way down. And a nice clear, but the ball comes loose and picked up by Davis. Davis, only a freshman, being harassed over there by Jacob Rader. Up top it goes. Garrett Burgess, who has accounted for the only score, takes a shot here. And we're going to get a slash against Mountain Ridge. So the slash is going to go against Jacob Rader, so he'll sit a minute. And for the time being, both teams will be playing 5-on-5. There's about 21 seconds left on the penalty, and then Oro Valley will go up in a man-up situation for roughly 40 seconds. Something to do with the scoreboard here. We're in a 1-1 tie. Dylan Price got things going for Mountain Ridge at the 10:18 mark, scored the game's first goal.
3-4-6.
Then Oro Valley scored about 4.5 minutes later at the 5:43 mark when Burgess found the promised land to tie it up at 1 apiece. 5-on-5 right now for the next 15 seconds approximately. Oro Valley coming in with a record of 9 wins and 2 losses. McKierney and the long stick midfielder Justin Farrow, defender out there, decided to take the shot, and then that puts Mountain Ridge in transition. Oro Valley now at full strength and playing at a man up. But this will be just for a short time. So racing in was Connor Beatty. He's a long stick midfielder on the left side of your screen. Tavritsky out front. And Carlos Martinez, the sophomore, the long stick, going up against him. Tavritsky goes around him, and Burgess comes through again. He's going to clear at the goalie, the senior goalie for this Oro Valley team. Quickly up ahead to Garrett Burgess, the junior who finished this year 9th in the state of Arizona in scoring with 22 points, 5 assists. He had 27 points in total and 28 ground balls. Now in transition, here's Mountain Ridge. Slowing it down, 1-1 tie. Vibrance, number 9, works it over to the near side. Wind starting to pick up. Both teams at full strength. Jacob Rader, number 10. Long stick defender, midfielder, I should say. Vibrance looking for his first point of the game. We're tied at 1. And a pass that goes to Price, and he did a great job of corralling it with one hand. Now Vibrance drawing the double team, drawing the slide, get it back to Price, and Price turned away again. Jackson Burgess, who's had a tremendous opening quarter, in goal for the Oro Valley Wolverines. Now Tyler Goddard, one of 2 starting seniors for Christopher Jen and the Oro Valley Wolverines. Goddard, long possession, work it over the near side, and Burgess losing it, but he will be left. He's going to be left alone to go corral that one as Oro Valley makes a personnel substitution here. And now they'll gear up the offense. And now Davis out of X gets a screen, comes around on a curl, and he scores with the over-the-top shot from the money spot. And Oro Valley has just taken their first lead of the contest. It's 2-1 with 29 seconds left to play here in this first quarter of the 2017 Arizona Lacrosse League Division II State Championship game. Oro Valley leads it 2-1. And really went to the crease unabated that time. So an excellent job by the freshman. And that is the 3rd face-off win in a row for the Oro Valley Wolverines. Looking to go up 3-1. Shot taken is no good by Drew McKierney, who won the face-off. They have won 3 of 4 in face-off X, but here's Mountain Ridge in possession, trailing 2-1. And the big left-handed shot, no good. Jacob Rader, who had 19 points on the strength of 13 goals and 67 ground balls to lead the team. Tanner Tavritsky had 63, and that is the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oro Valley, the underdog, the 4th seed, leading it 2-1. This is APNvideo.com. Oro Valley with a 2-1 lead over Mountain Ridge as we head to quarter number 2. Jeff Lowry back here, APN Video Sports. Dylan Price accounted for the only goal for Mountain Ridge. That was early. They took a 1-0 lead, but Burgess and Davis score for the Oro Valley Wolverines, and we're ready for quarter number 2. The winner of this game will be crowned Division II champions. Mountain Ridge enjoying an undefeated 11-0 season by way of record, and the face-off to start things, another win for Oro Valley. They have won 4 straight and 4 of the 5, but then turn it over. So excellent defense and a big GB there by Kelly, and a nice lead pass gets them in the transition. And here comes Mountain Ridge looking to equalize, and they throw it away. It'll be Wolverine possession. About 30 seconds into this second quarter. Our game time temperature, 100. It feels a little better now. That sun is still beating down on these players. It's about 103, 102 right now. Nice job dodging, a good little swim dodge through the defense there, and to no avail. Cole Gherkin, the senior, who has had a lot of touches in this game, could not come up with it. But good job by Oro Valley backing up the shot, and they will retain possession and leading it here 2-1. They are in the dark uniforms with the yellow trim, the all-white Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Here's a big dodge. Here's the right-handed shot. No good. Backside Mustaine The sophomore comes up with it, and another restart here for the offense of Oro Valley. Oro Valley coming in with a record of 9 wins, 2 losses, led by Chris Jen, their head coach, assisted by John Wallace, who spent 17 years at Ithaca, Austin Smith, and Andrew Markowitz, both assistant coaches here, both former Oro Valley players. And Coach Jen and his coaching staff, they've done really a fine job in terms of turning this program around. That shot thwarted out front, and some good defense, and a great job by CJ even getting a second shot off there. Rampada, number 52 for the Mountain Ridge Lions, applying good pressure. And now the goalie in trouble, and he's able to get rid of it. Up to Kelly. Kelly trying to clear it. Now you got a loose ball. And picked up by Mountain Ridge with a chance to tie this up, and they're turned away. And Jackson Burgess, number 28, the senior goalie for Oro Valley, has been absolutely sensational in this game. 2-1 is our score. A couple of minutes into quarter number 2. Nice move. Edelson. Van de Ven couldn't handle it. But then one of the poles, their main pole, Jacob Rader, saves possession for the Lions. 2-1 Oro Valley here in quarter number 2, and this one coming all the way up towards midfield, looked like an offsides, and they're going to give this one to the Mountain Ridge Lions. So Rader will restart it. 67 ground balls this year. And he was actually the 3rd leading scorer, irregardless of being the long stick midfielder. So he's not afraid to pull the trigger, no question about it. Edelson, he loses it. Now tries to kick it out of the danger zone. He comes up, and he got hit hard by Tyler Goddard. They continue to battle on the far side. And you're going to get a push here, and that's a good call by our officials. Mountain Ridge trying to equalize here in quarter number 2. They trail 2-1. Tavritsky, the very talented attackman, 32 points this year, 26 goals, 6 assists. Also recorded 12 ground balls, number 2 for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. And now back to Rader. And now Vibrant's back in there, the leading scorer, the state's leading scorer here in 2017. Tyler Goddard, the senior. It's a great one-on-one matchup right here. 2 outstanding athletes. And the pass in the pipe, and nobody was home. I'll tell you what, that is exactly one of the reasons why Brady Vibrants will probably be the offensive player of the year. He's not all scoring. He had 24 assists, and now the loose ball, and Oro Valley's got the numbers. Working in transition, this is Cale Davis. Davis, 20 points, 20 goals, 12 assists. 6th in the state in that category. And, well, Willie Kelly's having a fine game here for Mountain Ridge, but then he has it dispossessed. Garrett Burgess. And we got a whistle and a stop and play. It'll be Mountain Ridge possession here. No one has scored. We haven't had a score since the tail end of quarter number 1. And not a very good pass there, and this will turn it back over to the Wolverines, who was beaten by this very Mountain Ridge team back on April 8th by a score of 9-1. So they came in here, Mountain Ridge obviously came in here the favorite. But right now it is Oro Valley out of Tucson, Arizona, leading it by a score of 2-1. They've had goals by Burgess and Davis. The lone goal for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, Dylan Price, that came at the 10:18 mark in quarter number 1. We're in quarter number 2. Drew McKierney moving left, trying to free up that left hand, and now gives way, and the shot no good by Garrett Burgess. Burgess was trying to score for the 2nd time on a beautiful but very, very hot late afternoon, actually early evening now, in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, Arcadia High School. You're watching the 2017 Division II State High School Championships right here on APN Video Sports. Check our Twitter account at APN Video and the ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com, posting both the Division I and Division II games. Brophy and Notre Dame are coming up next here on the Arizona Play-by-Play Network. What a great pass into the pipe. Well, a tremendous job as Garrett Burgess finds Keaton Smith at point-blank range, and Smith has his first goal on the assist from number 10, Garrett Burgess. And it's now 3-1. This is the largest lead of the game for either team. So here in quarter number 2. And a nice job by Keaton Smith working without the ball. Face-off win, Mountain Ridge. That breaks a 4-0 run in face-off X for Oro Valley, and part of the reason why they're up 3-1. Good ground ball there by Tyler. Now Vibrance. 33 goals, 24 assists, and a state high 57 points coming in. Solid check back there. Justin Farrell, who we highlighted at the beginning of the show, and now bad pass turnovers are really thwarting this offense of the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. And again, Mountain Ridge beat Oro Valley a couple of weeks ago, a little less than a month ago, 9-1. But right now it's 3-1 Oro Valley as they look to add on to that 2-goal lead. And this should be Oro Valley's ball. Nope, they're going to give it to Mountain Ridge. So they'll try to clear it out of their own half. Davis knocking that away from Rampada. And Collin has it knocked away again by Davis. And now he has to cheap it into his offensive half, where it's going to be intercepted by the Wolverines. And here they come. Justin Farrell, he lost it. And we're going to get a stop and play here. And this is going to be, looks like a push. I didn't actually see the official make the call, push or interference there. So Mountain Ridge, big possession here. Second quarter, looking to draw to within one, and they do. Vibrance finds Tyler Tavretsky, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Credit the assist to Brady Vibrance, his 25th of the year. And with 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the first half, it is a 1-point game. So Tyler Tav coming up with a big score. And give some credit to Rampada as the faceoff belongs to Oro Valley. He was being harassed by Cale Davis, who knocked the ball away from him twice. And then he had the wherewithal to cheap it down into his offensive half, and the attackmen and the midfielders took care of the rest. Good defensive play by Price. And we're going to get a whistle, a stop and play, and a timeout, Oro Valley. They want to talk things over. They lead it 3-2. You're watching the 2017 Arizona Lacrosse League Division II State Championships on APNvideo.com. Well, it's a beautiful but very, very warm late afternoon, early evening here. Jeff Lowry with you, APNvideo.com. Our coverage of the 2017 Arizona Lacrosse League. We're in the Division II Championship. Oro Valley in possession in the all-dark uniforms with the white trim. Yellow trim, white lettering, leads it 3-1. They have had goals from 3 different players. Keaton Smith, Davis, and Burgess. Price, Dylan Price, number 6 for Mountain Ridge, the only one that has scored. We're going to get a cross-check here. The hands were extended, and the hands were too far apart. And a cross-check that's going to put Mountain Ridge in a man-down situation with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. So can Oro Valley capitalize here? They're in a man-up situation. Davis, their leading scorer. Here's a shot. Broken up. Rampada, good job. Somehow Oro Valley gets a GB out of X. Davis will restart it. Here's a shot, and that's no good. So Garrett Burgess, who has already scored in this game for the Oro Valley team. The Wolverines have done a great job backing up their shots. They have had a multitude of second opportunities. Cole Gherkin back in, and it will still be Wolverines' possession. The goalie of Mountain Ridge is Jarrett Garton. He saved 58% of the shots against this year. And he will not stop this one. And the shot by Garrett Burgess is good. And the largest lead of the game, 4-2. This comes with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to play here. So Oro Valley able to counter the Tavritsky shot at the 4:39 mark, and almost 2 minutes later they go back up by 2 at 4-2. In this Division II state championship, Arizona High School lacrosse. Oro Valley has had an advantage at face-off X, but going to get a procedure, and this is going to give it over to Mountain Ridge. Right now, a 5-3 advantage for the team in the dark blue in face-off X. A 5-3 advantage over Mountain Ridge, who will have possession here. Their second face-off win in 4 here in quarter number 2. Caleb West. And it's picked up. Excellent GB there, but then lost. Carlos Martinez had it. That was a great GB. They continue to battle for the ball, and it is going to be Caleb West. So West with 13 points on the strength of 10 goals this year for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, led by Lee DePace. Mountain Ridge, desperate need of a goal here, trailing 4-2. And Jackson Burgess may be the star of the game so far in goal, the senior for Oro Valley. He has made a multitude of great saves in this one. And not just the easy ones. He's made several that were at point-blank range when Mountain Ridge took their shots. And he's turned them away all except for twice. Ethan Vandeven, and out of play. This is going to be Wolverine possession. $1:28 left to go here in the first half. Oro Valley leads it 4-2 from the home of the Titans, Arcadia High School, right around 44th Street, and Indian School in Phoenix, Arizona. No ride here by Mountain Ridge. That allows Oro Valley to bring it into the box uncontested. Mustaine, number 11. And now over to the freshman, their leading scorer this year, in Cale Davis. Davis, and the assignment by Kelly. And that's exactly the matchup that Lee DePace wants to see against the top scorer for Oro Valley. Oro Valley leads it by a score of 4-2, Division II championship. Davis trying to free up that right hand. He has it knocked away. What a job by Tanner Tavritsky. That was a great defensive play by the Mountain Lions. And now on the other end, the Lions trying to pull to within 1, and it's another save by Jackson Burgess. He continues to be impressive. 4-2 Wolverines over the Mountain Lions here in the Division II state championship. And we're going to get a quick timeout here, and this is going to be the Wolverines. They want to maybe set up for the final shot of the first half with 17 left to go on the clock. A beautiful shot at Camelback Mountain, looking down on the stadium here at Arcadia High School. 102 degrees, our current temperature. Here is Drew McKierney drawing Tanner Tav on the defense. He's going to go in strong. Tanner broke it away. And that will be the end of the first half with the score. Oro Valley 4, Mountain Ridge 2. The second half is coming up next on APN Video Sports as you get a look at the head coach of Oro Valley, Chris Jin. 4-2 lead for Oro Valley. They've had a very strong first half led by the senior goalkeeper Jackson Burgess, who had a great first half in the crease. And now we start the second half. Oro Valley owned a 5-3 advantage in face-off X in the first half, and they come out in the third quarter and win the first one. So Drew McKierney has been vital, but then he has this one taken away from him. And let's see. Well, let's see who's going to get this. This is going to be the Wolverines as we start the second half of this Division II state championship game. Oro Valley in the dark uniforms, Mountain Ridge in the all-white with the red lettering. And McKierney gets it into the box. Flanked out there by Dylan Price, who scored the game's first goal. But then Oro Valley scored 4 of the next 5. And they lead here as we start quarter number 3, 4-2. Taking a shot. And where is it? It's in the crease, and it's going to be picked up by Rampada, but it was Jared Garden with the outstanding save. And now Tanner Tav gets the ground ball out of X and wants to race it out of there, and he lost it. Who's going to get this one? It will be Mountain Ridge. So the Mountain Lions catch a huge break there as Caleb West gets the GB, but then he throws it away. Stays in play for Tyler Tav. And out of bounds, it'll be Oro Valley. Yeah, we made the adjustment on the camera. It's getting a little dark here. Quick pass, lead pass up ahead. Good job by C.J. Mustaine. And he gets it into the box for Oro Valley. They have had goals from Burgess, Davis, Smith, and Burgess again. And Burgess, the only player on the field right now with more than 1 goal. The lone goal in the first quarter scored by Mountain Ridge was by Price. And then Tanner Tav got the second one. So it's 4-2 in favor of Oro Valley. They are in possession. You can see the Brophy Broncos have entered the facility. They are going to watch a little bit of this game, try to relax. I would imagine both coaches are not going to let the pregame workout go very long because of the heat. Here's a shot broken up. We got a flag down. It was a great defensive play from the backside by West. Let's get the official's call here. Illegal body check. This is going to go against Kendall Carr. And a 2-minute non-releasable. Wow. So a man-up situation here for Oro Valley, and they got a chance to put some daylight between them and the number 1 ranked and undefeated Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. We're in the third quarter. Work it around, good patience, but they lose the ball. And there's the freshman, Johnny on the spot, Cale Davis. Good job, good ground ball there. Work it up top. Mustang. And then over to number 10 is Garrett Burgess with 2 goals to lead all scorers in this game. Oro Valley in possession. They lead it by a score of 4-2. And the shot is no good by Burgess. So you got Burgess, Gherkin, Davis, Mustaine. You got McKierney. And 23, Justin Farrell is on the offensive side, the long stick. As Oro Valley playing with a man-up situation, 6-on-5. Going into their deliberate offense, that was broken up nicely by Jacob Rader, and they eventually get the ground ball. So a big play by the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, long clear. And this one is going to be a ground ball, Caleb West. He'll quickly get it over to Brady Vibrance. Brady moving to his right, drawing the double team. They don't want him anywhere near the crease area. And he has been limited here tonight. He has 1 assist, no goals, and you can see why. He's drawing double and triple team coverage. He gets a ground ball here, gets it into the pipe, and the long stick midfielder, Raider scores. That was a thing of beauty. It was a great pass by Brady Vibrance. And with 7:50 left to go, it's back to a one-point game. Well, you get the feeling that every one of these face-offs from here on in is going to be so vital. It's all about possession. So you're watching the 2017 Arizona Lacrosse League Division II playoffs. Coming out of the face-off, Beatty with a big ground ball. Oh, and he gets annihilated. And now gets up and he starts to throw punches. He is punching at will. Brady Vibrance, who applied what looked to be an absolutely unnecessary hit, and now is almost bragging about it. And right now Brady needs to just go over to the sideline, and he deserves that penalty right there. That was a menacing hit. In football, they call that targeting, and it almost looked that way, though. He might have been trying to go for the stick. It could have been incidental contact. I mean, you don't know. You'd have to climb into the brain of Brady Vibrance. But Connor Beatty, the freshman, immediately responded, and he has been tossed from the game. That'll be a 1-minute, non-releasable, unsportsmanlike conduct and an ejection for Beatty. There'll be 2 non-releasable penalties against Mountain Ridge, and Vibrance. Vibrance is going to be sitting for 3 minutes. So it'll be a 2-minute illegal body check and a 1-minute unsportsmanlike conduct. And in a game like this, in a state championship game like this, you certainly can't afford that. So he is out. Now, whether or not they're going to eject Vibrance on that one, apparently not, because he's sitting in the penalty box. A hit like that, and I'm just going to be quite honest with you, that is a good way to seriously injure somebody. And again, I'm not condoning Connor Beatty for going up there and throwing 3 punches, and kind of doubt that Brady even felt it with that helmet on, but you have to almost meet Connor Beatty to some degree, only a freshman, in retaliation to a menacing hit like that coming up from the blind side. So, but Beatty, we're in a 5-on-5 situation here. Beatty ejected from the game, and he got a non-releasable. Dished out here by our officials, and you got to give credit to Chris Jen, the head coach of Oro Valley, getting over there quickly, and the officials did a great job as McKierney finds a promise in with a big left on a north-south or south-north dodge. That makes it a 5-3 game. That's a man-up goal, and this is their largest lead, ties their largest lead of the game. And I'm not picking on Brady, and I'm certainly not picking on Connor. That was an unfortunate situation, but you know, you kind of call it as you see it. And fortunately, the officials and the coaching staffs here, they did a great job. That situation did not escalate. And that's the bottom line. And hopefully Connor's okay. He seems like he's all right, but he's been ejected out of the game, and rightly so. Oro Valley with a 7-3 lead in face-off X. Mountain Ridge trying to get this one. And right now, if you're Mountain Ridge, you got to just hold possession as long as you can. Scoring is not the #1 priority. We're still in a 5-on-5 situation, but that's not going to last long, and Mountain Ridge will be a man down for 2 minutes, if I sorted all this out correctly. 5-3 lead for the Wolverines. Mountain Ridge outscored their opponents 121-42. They averaged 11 points a game. They had a 7.2 point differential plus differential per game this year. Nice job. And that's Justin Farrell. Get it back to his goalie. Conversely, Oro Valley outscored their opponents 105-45. They averaged 9.5 points a game. And they beat their opponents on an average of nearly 5.5 points per game. Just to give you some idea. So the point differential, 7.2 for Mountain Ridge, Oro Valley 5.4. And playing the same schedule. Great job working without the ball in the pipe. Keaton Smith has his second goal of the contest. Burgess on the assist. Burgess with 3 points here tonight. And now it is 6-3, and Mountain Ridge is suffering from that 3 minutes of unreleasable penalty time. Oro Valley has won all 3 faceoffs here in the second half. And this is a time where you need it, but remember, Brady Vibrance is their faceoff guy. The midfielder, the leading scorer in the state, who won 41 faceoffs coming into the contest. Shooting and scoring again on a leaping shot from the money spot right of the crease, and it was McKierney again. So McKierney with his second goal, 4:33, all man-up goals, and now the biggest lead of the game at 7-3. Check that, their 5th goal that made it 5-3 was a 5-on-5. It was even. So I stand corrected. Face-off win number 4 here to start the second half, and Oro Valley has a 9-3 advantage in face-off X. So great job on the ground ball by C.J. Mustaine. He'll give way to Cole Gherkin, the senior. Looking to go up by 5 here. And still a man, they are at full strength, excuse me. Mountain Ridge is now at full strength. So we're 6-on-6. 7-3 in favor of the Wolverines. Looking to take the shot, broken up on a great defensive play by Tanner Tavritsky. 50-50 ball. They continue to battle for it. And we're going to get a push, and there'll be a play-on whistle here, and the Wolverines will retain possession, and they have dominated possession here in this third quarter. It was a 4-2 ball game. Actually, it was 4-3 at one point early in this third quarter. And 3 consecutive scores for Oro Valley. All man up, and now lead at 7-3. This 4-point lead is the largest lead of the contest. And a good clear by Kendall Carr. Over to Tyler Tavritsky. Loose ball, midfield. And we're going to get an infraction here against Mountain Ridge. I didn't see that one, but officials are been on top of it this entire game. And now Cale Davis. Cale racing in towards the crease and has it dislodged from behind. And Willie Kelly has been a standout defender here tonight in this Division II championship game. It's 7-3. The Wolverines are on top here on APM Video Sports. Jeff Lowry with you. Freshman Connor Beatty has been thrown out of the game, but his team has thrived since the infraction earlier in the third, and this time it is a score by Keaton Smith, and he has his third. The hat trick comes with 2 minutes and 24 seconds, 8-3, and the Wolverines are looking awfully good. Well, these face-offs become very important right now, especially if you're Mountain Ridge. The Wolverines, they seem like they've won they have. They've won every face-off, and here they are, 5 for 5 here in the quarter. Loose ball, midfield. Hey, that ball's still in play. If it wasn't for the heat, we wouldn't have these canopies blocking our view, and All right, so Mountain Ridge and a big possession. They need to get a score. They need a little momentum going into the fourth. They trailed by 2 at the half. They got a score by Jacob Rader. It's the 7:50 mark here in the third period to draw to within 1. But since then, 4 straight goals as Brady has it. And it is going to be kicked away. Strong defense by Tommy Baden over there. He gets the ground ball. And the Wolverines with a 5-goal lead. This is their largest lead of the game. Minute and a half left to go here. This is Garrett Burgess. Burgess with 2 goals. He has 1 assist tonight. And we're going to get a stop in play here. It looks like we got an injured player down. Tanner Tavritsky, a hard-nosed player, and probably would not stop play with 1:02 left to go here in the third if he wasn't really in a lot of pain. He's a hard-nosed player. Well, the crowd right now hoping that Tanner Tavritsky is going to be all right as they bring him off the field. And he gets a little sugar from their friend there. And so now, 8-3, Mountain Ridge really needing to at least get a goal here before the end of the third. Those 3 man-up goals has given the Wolverines all the momentum in the world. Here's Tyler Tabb going to work inside the pipe, and he tried to bounce feed that one past the goalie, Jackson Burgess, and he got turned away. That was a tremendous save by the Wolverine goalie. Now a loose ball, and big hit there, Dylan Price. He got caught off balance, and Carlos Martinez, that'll be a cross check. Or an illegal body check, one of the two. I would say probably an illegal body check. And scoring is Tyler Tavritsky. His second of the day. That's a huge goal, folks. Now you can go into the fourth quarter. You were down 5, but you at least have some success to end what was a disastrous third quarter if you're the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Another face-off win for the Wolverines on a ground ball by Gherkin, and that's going to be the end of quarter number 3. Dominated by the Wolverines. We go to the fourth. Wolverines 8, Mountain Lions 4. Jeff Lowry back here from Arcadia High School in Phoenix. Oro Valley with an 8-4 lead over number 1 ranked Mountain Ridge as we start quarter number 4. Couple of man-up goals after a little incident halfway into the third period. And a 5-0 run for the Oro Valley team. The Wolverines out of Tucson, and they bolted out to an 8-4 lead. Oro Valley, the number 4 seed going up against the number 1 seed Mountain Ridge, who has had a tremendous season under Lee DePace. 11-0. Featuring the top scorer and one of the top long stick midfielders and a couple of others. The Tavritsky brothers, 2 of the best players in the state. And they take a shot, and I'll tell you, Burgess again, double. Third to try. And Burgess comes up huge in the crease as he has done through the first 3 quarters of play. And Oro Valley leads it by a score of 8-4. Mountain Ridge will have possession, and here's Brady Vibrance. Now Brady has only 1 assist in the game. They've done a great job doubling him up, but this time Brady finds his teammate, and scoring for the second time is Dylan Price. So Brady Vibrance gets his second assist of the day. And at the 10:58 mark, it is now 8-5. So they have scored 2 in a row. First score of the fourth quarter. Face off. They battle in Mountain Ridge. And when you're talking about when it's all about possession, you better start with face-off X. And Brady rips one past and into the back of the cage, and all of a sudden we got a ball game. Brady with his first goal of the contest coming at the 10:40 mark, and now it is a 2-point game. Well, don't go anywhere. Anything can happen. They have scored 3 straight, and they've done it quickly. And both scores coming off a face-off win. This time it's going to be the Wolverines gaining possession off the face-off. Drew McKierney, who has 3 goals. He's done a great job in face-off X here today. Actually, he's got 2 goals. Keaton Smith with 3. He leads everybody. He's the only one with a hattie. And now if you're Christopher Ginn, you're saying, man, we need some points. 3 straight goals by Mountain Ridge. Look at Davis. Only a freshman. He's been impressive. You know, they've kind of held Davis down here from scoring. The 2 top scorers on each team, Vibrance and Davis, have been held to 1 goal. Here's a shot. Great save. That's clutch. Jared Garton out of play. And Mountain Ridge has a chance to put this to a 1-possession lead. If you'll excuse me for using a football term, Rattleman. And now up ahead, Kendall Carr. We're in the fourth quarter. Oro Valley has led pretty much the entire game. The 4 seed shot, another save. Jackson Burgess, who's had a great game in goal, but right now it's 8-6. And the Wolverines need a ground ball, and they're not going to get it. And it's picked up by Brady Vibrance. Race it, push it in down the alley. Now gets it into X. Goal line extended, looking, shooting, scoring. Well, he was held for 3 quarters to no goals. He had a couple assists. 9:11 on the clock, and with lightning like swift, this Mountain Ridge has come back, and they are within 1 at 8-7. It has not been a 1-point game since 6:35 mark back in the third, when it was 4-3 in favor of Oro Valley. They get a big face-off win, but the swarming Mountain Ridge defense is pushing Oro Valley the wrong way. We got a stop in play and a timeout by Chris Ginn. That's a great timeout. His team has went from an 8-3 lead. It is now 8-7 with 9:01 to go. You're watching the Division II State Championship game on APM Video Sports. I'm Jeff Lowry. So glad you could join us. And once again, I want to make it perfectly clear, as this Mountain Ridge defense, all of a sudden they're turning it on and really taking it to a new level here. Tyler Tavritsky, as they look to tie this game up. Here's Tyler around the crease. He's looking for someone in the pipe. And now Brady going to work. He has scored 2 in a row. Thought about pulling the trigger there. Good defense. He goes right down into the pipe and into the back of the cage. He has scored 3 straight, and you can see why he is the leading scorer in the state. He has just tied this game up at 8 apiece. But I just want to say, because of the incident we had back early in the third quarter, I wasn't picking on Brady, certainly wasn't picking on Connor Beatty, but it was an unfortunate situation. And fortunately, both teams have shown a lot of class since then. The situation did not escalate because of the coaches, led by Lee DePace of Mountain Ridge, Chris Ginn, Oro Valley, and a great job by the officials here tonight. Face-off win for Oro Valley. They've won 3 of the 5 here. They have dominated 13-5 on face-off X, needing a score And Mountain Ridge is getting pretty physical out there on the defense and keeping it clean. Well, that's a cross check. That is definitely a cross check, and Mountain Ridge is going to get possession anyway, so that's all they wanted. So now Kendall Carr, he gets by Davis. 8-8 tie after trailing 8-3 after McKierney scored at the 4:37 mark in the third for Oro Valley in the dark uniforms. It was 8-3 Wolverines, and 5 straight goals here. And looking for a sixth, and they got it. What a play to Price, who has the Hattie. I'll tell you what, moving without the ball, and Tavritsky is having a fine, fine game. He's got 3 points, and at the 7:22 mark, all of a sudden Mountain Ridge now leads at 9-8.
Are you really?
Boy, I'll tell you, they are moving without the ball. Tremendous job. Not a lot of assists in this game, but O-Valley continues to win and face off X. But here's a takeaway. Jacob Rader with a phenomenal play. And Mountain Ridge has all the momentum in the world. After trailing 8-3, they're up 9-8. Inside of 7 minutes left to go. Trying to extend the lead to 2. We're going to get a push with possession, I think, here. Yep, play on. There'll be a play on. Jeff Lowry with you from Arcadia High School. The Division II state championship game on the line. Mountain Ridge in the all-white has scored 6 straight to overcome what was a Wolverine 8-3 lead halfway through or towards the end of the third quarter. We've got 100+ degree temperatures. Shot. Jacob Rader gets his own ground ball. Coming off the shot. Now Jacob works it up top. Bennett is in there. Number 4, Andrew Bennett. Back over to Tyler Tavritsky. On the angle, Price, who has 3 goals here. Tyler Tavritsky, 3 points. Edelson trying to break away. Now takes it around X. 9-8 Mountain Ridge looking for more. He falls down. And play on. C.J. Mustaine with a tremendous ground ball. And now who's got it? It's Rader. And we're going to get a timeout. Mountain Ridge. 5:30 left to play here in this Division II state championship game. Boy, it's been either one way or the other. And for the most part, Oro Valley has led in this game, but Brady Vibrance scored 3 straight goals from the 10:40 mark to the 8:31 mark to tie it up. He tied it at the 8:31 mark here in the 4th. And then Price, off a Tavritsky assist, gave Mountain Ridge the lead. That is the first time, this is the first time Mountain Ridge has led in this game. We've had 2 ties, and we've had a couple of lead changes.
14.
Loose ball, and Jackson Burgess. Up ahead it goes. Keaton Smith, he's got a hat trick here today. Keaton Smith dislodged.
86.
Randleman. Check that. That was Bryce Rendelman. But Oro Valley's going to get it right back. So a big ground ball by the sophomore. CJ moves to his right, and now up top, Drew McKierney with a big season, 16th in the state in scoring, 38 ground balls, 20 points. Now 23 points. He's got the hat. Actually, he's only got 2 goals here tonight, so 22 points on the season, 20 goals. Garrett Burgess did not get called for a crease violation, and Davis comes up with a big-time GB. Wolverines trailing in possession here, 9-8 to Mountain Ridge, trying to knock off the #1 seed, and kind of a soft shot there. Threw up a pillow, and an easy save for Mountain Ridge. Good clear. Up ahead to Dalton Messenger. Messenger will give it over to Tyler Tavritsky with 32 points this year. And Mountain Ridge, who had an average margin of victory of 7.2 points per game, needing an insurance goal here with 2.5 left to play in regulation time. Here's the dodge straight down the middle. And that one might have got a little too much of the face of Jacob Rader. Rader has 1 goal here tonight. He has 20 points on the season as a long stick midfielder for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Fourth quarter action, Mountain Ridge in possession. Rader going back to work. He'll pull the trigger, and he left it a little wide left of the goal. The score remains Mountain Ridge 9, Oro Valley 8. And now the dangerous Brady Vibrance, who has 3 goals here tonight and a couple assists. 5 points, which leads all players here in this Division II state championship game. Turn it over with 2:13 left to go. Wolverines need a goal, and they can't wait around too much longer. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. They have not scored since the third quarter. They have not scored since in an entire quarter, plus 13 minutes.
Offsides.
And an offsides. Give it back to the Wolverines. All right, this is where Davis, who's so dangerous on the restart, moving right, taking it to the crease, strong, and he has tied the game up at 9 apiece. His second goal of the contest comes with 1:44 left to go in regulation, and the Wolverines have tied it up at 9 apiece. What a clutch goal by the freshman attackman. Stay with us at the conclusion of this game. We'll have post-game interviews with the winning team. Give it back to Mountain Ridge. Lead apace, assisted by John Boggs and Barry Smith of the Mountain Ridge Lions. Trying to get a perfect season in their hip pocket. They are 11-0, coming off a 6-4 season. Oro Valley, who got beat by this team on April 8th, and nearly a month later playing for a state championship as the 4 seed, 9-2 by way of record. John Wallace, Austin Smith, Andrew Markowitz, Christopher Ginn, the head coach. Last year they were 3-4 by way of record. Boy, a great opportunity. High pass to Caleb West was thrown behind him. And the Wolverines will have possession and quite possibly a chance. If they can get a score here, they will become champions. We're running out of time, inside a minute left to play. Keaton Smith, who has the hat trick. And they are going to turn it over. Not a very good pass there. So Jared Garton will restart it for the for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Good clear. Kelly's had a good game. Willie Kelly, 91. Broken up from behind, trailing check, Tyler Goddard. And it's a scrum. And it's picked up by the Wolverines, and they got an opportunity to win state. Drew McCary into the offensive half, and a great save that time by Jared Garton. And then it's intercepted. His long clear intercepted, and that is the end of regulation time. And in this Division II state championship, we're going to overtime. We're tied at 9. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a nerve-wracking game. We go to overtime. It is the money goal, the golden goal. First one who scores will win, and they will win a Arizona High School State Championship Division II level. So now face-off X becomes extremely vital. I think we're going to are we going to redo this one? Nope. So we got an illegal procedure. And timeout, Mountain Ridge. They have a chance to win this thing right here, right now. So Brady Vibrance with 5 points in this game. He's got it. He's drawing the double team. He's drawing the slide as he goes to work, looking for a cutter. Get it out top to West. It's a loose ball, and who's going to pick it up? This is a vital possession, and Brady's got it. He's got 3 goals, all coming in the fourth quarter, 2 assists, and he'll restart the offense in a 9-9 tie. The next one who scores wins here in the first overtime. Being guarded by Keaton Smith. Vibrance out to Dylan Price, who also has a hat trick here tonight. And now Mountain Ridge will work it up top. Here's Jacob Rader looking. Out in front, Tyler Tavritsky with a powerful left hand, and Mountain Ridge is state champions in 2017. The Mountain Lions win it here in overtime, defeating Oro Valley out of Tucson. Final score is 10-9. We'll be back with our post-game coverage on APN Video Sports in just a moment. So Oro Valley in possession. Davis on the dodge, and he scored. And with 1:44 left to go here, Oro Valley has tied Mountain Ridge in this Division II state championship at 9 apiece. And now Mountain Ridge will work it up top. Here's Jacob Rader looking. Out in front, Tyler Tavritsky with a powerful left hand, and Mountain Ridge is state champions in 2017. All right, we're with Mountain Ridge coming up with a 10-9 victory in overtime over Oro Valley. A team you handled pretty well the first time this year. They took a big lead on you. You went on a 6-0 run and pushed it to overtime. Let's get your names first off.
Brady Vibrance.
Jacob Rader.
Tyler Tavritsky.
Okay. Tyler, let's start with you. You got the winning shot there at the end. Walk us through it.
Well, sir, I just wanted to make sure we possessed the ball and make sure we worked the ball around long enough to get a good shot. And I saw my chance and I took it.
Looked like a pretty difficult shot. You had a guy flanking all over you, too.
I don't know, sir. I guess it was confidence. But all I can say is I'm so proud to win this for my boys. Yeah. We worked so hard this season, and we all really came together in the last quarter.
Jeff, we're going to need this guy. How'd it feel holding that trophy?
It felt amazing. You know, I knew this season was going to be special from the start. Ever since the end of last season, I've been working, and I know these guys have been working. This is my family, you know, and I just knew this day was going to be special, and it really was.
And who's this gentleman?
This is Max. Max is the ultimate warrior on
warrior team. He fights every day. He's not as fortunate as all of us, but he's a warrior, and he's always.
He's our team leader.
He's been an inspiration. Really.
Fantastic. You had a great season offensively.
Thank you.
What can you say about your coaches and this team this year?
Coaches push us to the max. They always they push us to as hard as we can go, and I'm surrounded by amazing guys who are always hard workers, and we've always wanted it from the beginning. And credit to that team, they were amazing. They definitely had a lot of heart, but we knew we had it even when we were down. We had that fight in us that got us the win.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations! Undefeated season, and you're crowned champions in Division II, the best here in Arizona.
Sir, thank you.
The Cavs and the Warriors. Best comeback ever, boys. Better than Cubs Indians. Better than Cavs Warriors.
Thank you, sir.